Everybody, welcome back. So I just finished doing my react to Chantal's newest food video, and I gave my thoughts on that, and I just went completely off on her. And I was about to get another cup of coffee because I need at least 2 cups of coffee to get myself started. I got a very busy day planned today. I'm going to be moving in a couple of weeks, so that's going to be a whole process, and I'm moving to Oregon. So before I can get my second cup of coffee, Foodie has gone live, and her live is entitled Hello. Now, those of you that come to my channel, you know that I like to wait until Foodie is done because I like to include the chat portion of her video as well as her video. But this looks like something she's probably going to dirty delete. She's on camera. She looks like she might be under the influence of something or another. And on top of that, she is dressed in her hijab and her abaya, and she's smoking. So she's supposed to be a newly reverted Muslim woman, and she's on camera just smoking a cigarette like it's no big deal. Hence the reason why I think she's going to dirty delete this. So I can't wait until she's done. I don't know if it's going to be here. Foodie is notorious for dirty deleting things that she thinks is going to get her in trouble in some way or another. So she might get rid of this. So we have to just jump in where it is right now. So let's just do that. So let me just go ahead and pull up her live. And remember, the chat is not going to match. It's flying by right now. So we'll just react to it from just a few minutes in. We're like 15 minutes behind. Let's do this, y'all. Let's go for it. And by the way, yes, shut up, Foodie. I'm not.
It doesn't go off.
Quiet. Be quiet. I'm talking. For some reason, it's not working. Quit. Okay.
And I have to be
trying to shut this off. For some
reason, the AC on.
Shut off. Quiet. Thank you. So the ambiance right now is really weird. She says she's on the balcony, but it looks like she's in her bathroom for some reason. Maybe it's because she's smoking a cigarette and she's in a hotel or motel room where they don't allow smoking. That's why I think maybe she's in the bathroom. She wants to smoke, and the hotel is saying you can't smoke in the room. She said it's on her balcony, but one thing that I picked up on immediately was the window. Take a look at the window. Like, look at the window behind her. It looks like the window is set into the wall. If she were on the balcony, wouldn't the bottom part of the window match the wall? Like it's, from the outside. So it looks like she's in a bathroom and she's going to talk to us about a few different things. So I just want to set the stage. Foodie, it looks like she's in a bathroom. She swears she's on the balcony, but that's a lie. And she's going to talk to us and try to play the pity card. Starts talking about her health issues and everything else. And I'm going to give my thoughts as we go.
This takes up the whole porch. Is it really that bad?
Yeah, your audio.
Hi, Kim. Hi, Teardrop. I don't need any more mods right now, Kim, but I'll definitely consider it for the future for sure.
Why?
Can you hear me now, Mr. Krabs? I'm not in the bathroom. I'm outside.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I'm outside on my balcony, floating in space. There's a setting for subs only. I know, Born Villain.
Shut up, Chantal. I have never seen a balcony with like a silver bar behind. That's something you find in a bathroom to hold on to, like near a bathtub or something. I recognize that immediately. So why is she lying? If you're in the bathroom, just say you're in the bathroom, Chantal. And you've got the fan running. And people do that if they want a cigarette and the room says no smoking allowed. You're trying to find a way to smoke in your room when you shouldn't be.
But it's hard on this like mobile. I can't do it. It's better now. Hi, Tangerine. That burger was thick. I don't know. It was pretty good. Yeah. I don't know. I wanted to talk about that crazy story, but I just felt like people are going so far with harassment of people, just to get like a bunch of views. So that I thought that was like a pretty good thing to talk about. I'm trying to do things that are more like thoughtful,
What?
Okay. Has anyone ever tried these drinks? Does anyone know what? I can't I don't. I'm too lazy to Google. You guys are my Google. Nata the cocoa.
By the way, Foodie, you just told on yourself again by doing that. You realize that, right? So according to you, you're on your balcony, but you reached up next to you, like there's a shelf really next to you. You'd find a high shelf in a bathroom, but not on a balcony. So why you lying again?
Cocoa is. So it's like a juice with like these chunks of stuff. I don't know. You'll be. Hi, Mike. Hey, Teardrop. We're doing okay. I'll be honest with you guys. I went swimming, by the way. Really, Gomes? Hi, Jenna. My favorite perfume, Clinique Happy. I couldn't do the chunks. They are kind of weird, but they taste good. Oh, young coconut, Celeste. Is that what nata de coco is? Probably you're right. Nata sounds like natal, and cocoa, well, coconut. Yeah, chunks of stuff. Hi, Otter League. Okay. I had to go in this like smaller abaya that I put under my big abayas. It's, there was nobody there, so that's cool. There's no cameras, and Salai and I swam together, and it was like super cool. Yeah, romantic and nice, and I had to wear a hijab. Hijab. Still in Thailand, yes. You're waiting to buy the beazer spray. Well, Ghostface, whenever I go to America,
Okay, I'm noticing this right off. So I don't know what's going on with Foodie, but she's doing this behavior where she's rocking back and forth. And sometimes people rock back and forth when they're feeling a sense of anxiety or nervousness. Like that's the way you calm yourself. So like what's the rocking about, Foodie? Are you anxious about something going on with you personally or with YouTube or both? Like what's that rocking behavior about? You do that when you're feeling a sense of anxiety, and it's something you do to calm yourself down. It goes back to childhood when you were rocked in the cradle. So what's the rocking for?
I'll bring some for people who want some. Salah, I know he won't like. He'll insist I bring a bunch of perfumes for people, gifts for people. I had to go fully clothed, Gabrielle. Yeah. Hi, Born Helen. Hi, Helen. It's really humid here today. I look like I'm sitting on the John. Hey, Paige. They make a lot of modest swimwear. Yeah, not for super fat people. Not to be mean to myself. Okay, so I went swimming. What else do I want to tell you? Oh, wait, no, what did I want to tell you? So I'm kind of like, I didn't want to tell people this because do you know what it's like to literally have people, so many people judge everything that comes out of your mouth? So I'm really choosy with what I say, but I'll tell you this. Hi, Vanessa. I didn't plan very well for this trip, meaning that I didn't bring enough antidepressant medication. So, and that's the one that keeps me from killing people. I'm just joking. So anyway, we went to look for, why am I lying? Salah went and looked for like just a surrounding area. Yes, he helps me, okay? What's the shame in that? Anyway, thank you. I look nice.
So she's pretty much confirming that this whole trip, they didn't plan this. They didn't plan to be out of Kuwait for a month. I mean, we kind of already knew that because she only took like 4 or 5 outfits, and maybe she thought she'd only be there a week. Perhaps she ran into problems with her visa, and they've stayed a lot longer than what they originally intended. But on top of not planning the amount of clothes she should bring, she also didn't plan on being there so long, and she did not prepare with medication. Because Foodie is supposed to be on medication. But you know what, Chantal? If you have a prescription for whatever it is you need, you can go get more. Maybe some of the things you're taking, you don't have a prescription for, hence the reason why you're running into problems. Because I'm sure there are hospitals and and doctors and such in Thailand. I've heard that Thailand has great healthcare and it's also for cheap. So if you had a script, I'm sure you could get something. But you and Salah just went on the fly and you flew to Thailand without preparing at all. You didn't bring the right amount of clothes. You didn't bring a prescription for whatever it is you needed. Now you're going to get on camera and complain to everybody, oh, I ran out of my medication. Well, whose fault is that? You know what you need. You know the scripts that you need. You didn't go get a script that's valid. So you're going to get on camera and say, I didn't prepare. I didn't prepare. You're 39 years old. You should know that if you're going overseas, if you're traveling, you got to prepare. Have everything you need before you pack that bag and you get on that plane.
In the dark. Sorry, guys, if I'm not ignoring you. Hi, Desert Rose. The ambiance. Yeah, it's like an apartment, kind of. It's not just like a hotel. We've been to a few hotels. I told you about the one with the TV with the racy history.
And speaking of that, if you're someone and you're traveling and you're running into issues, like you're running out of medication, wouldn't this be the prime time to go home? Like, I don't have necessary medication. Maybe it's time to fly back home. So she ran out, and her and Salah are not on the next plane back to Kuwait or maybe her back to Canada so that she can get properly medicated. She's staying there, which adds to the feeling that she and Salah are stuck in Thailand.
Because we have what Salah's trying to not log into our streaming app that we use. It's like one from the Middle East.
And another thing, if she needs medication, if she's got a prescription, shouldn't she be the one to go to a doctor and get it filled? Why is he running around getting her medication? I don't think any doctor or pharmacy is going to give another person medication for another person. You got to go and get it yourself. So what's he doing running around getting her stuff? She should be going herself.
Whoa. Helping you is so cute. I know. He always does. He doesn't mind. He would prefer me not go out. Like, I know people are going to say, oh, he's embarrassed of you. No.
He is.
Okay. What it is he's just like that. He would prefer going out himself. And I think that culturally, like, people, in their culture, like, women don't leave the house as much as the men to do things. They just like stay at home. Please. I don't know. Anyway, what was I going to say? No, I didn't find any meds around here. So I'm going to I don't know. One of us, he's going to go venture out and try to find a bigger pharmacy. I don't know if I have to see a doctor. So.
Well, why would you need to see a doctor if you've already got the script? Unless you don't have one. So what's he doing running around looking for medication for you? Or is he like hunting around for something that really you shouldn't be taking? If you care about your health, you will go to a doctor and get a prescription and then take the prescription to a pharmacy and they will fill it for you. You keep telling on yourself, Foodie.
But without my medication, I notice it a lot now. When I was a teenager and I was put on so many medications. Like, when I say so many, I mean like Paxil, Prozac, Effect, like from a very young age. But I didn't really notice any difference then. But now, like, if I don't have them, like, it's not too long after, maybe a week, I start to feel really dizzy and just like, I don't know how to explain it.
You know, a word about Foodie and her medications. Actually, a couple of things. Number one, she knew about this trip way before it happened. They had to have known. And it was her responsibility to get the medications that she needed before she traveled. Okay. Number two, in the past, Foodie has never taken her medications the way that she needed to. She would always take a little bit and then stop. And when it comes to medications that deal with depression, mood alterers, you got to take those regularly Sometimes it takes weeks for them to start working before they start to kick in. So just taking them every once in a while is not going to work. But in the past, she never took her medications the way that she should have. And if they alter her mood by not taking them the way she should, that's on her. I mean, you can't come online and make everybody else care for you more than you care for you. You got to care for yourself first, because you're the only one that can make the biggest difference. Coming on camera and telling everybody what's wrong with you is not going to fix what's wrong with you.
Literally, if I could explain it, it was like you're like trying to keep your head above water, and you know that exhausted feeling. Nora, I am home. Like, I don't know. I know there's a big, large chunk of you guys that still thinks that I'm not happy here and that you're just waiting it out, that I'm going to go back to Canada. And you know what? I just want to say, if I did go back to Canada, it wouldn't be a shameful thing. It just, whatever. Life is life. That's what happened, you know. But
Oh, she just dropped something. If I go back to Canada, if she did, so she doesn't know. She doesn't know if she's going to have to go back to Canada, but that seems to be a possibility because she's bringing it up. If I have to go back, she's setting things in motion just in case it happens. She's setting up the next possible arc of, if that's the way things go, oh, it's not a shameful thing. It's not a bad thing. You're probably going to have to end up going back to Canada, Foodie, either now or later. You can't stay in Kuwait forever. You are not a resident. And even people that are expats who are skilled, who are coming to the table with skills and knowledge and education, who are professionals, Kuwait is saying, we don't want those people here because they have a policy where they're trying to get more people who live there more jobs. That's been going on for a while. So people who are highly skilled and educated that were working in Kuwait for their jobs are being told that they need to go to other places to find work. They're certainly going to do it to you. You don't live there. You are a visitor and a tourist by their standards and by your visa. You can't stay there forever, no matter how much you want to hang on to Salah. So you might as well just go home.
I'm not going to, you know, as long as I can help it.
Yeah, but you can't help it.
I feel at home with my new home now. Like, it took me a little while. So, like, no, not really, because I was sick of Canada when I left. So, you know, I was sick of Canada.
Oh, we're going to go there. She was sick of Canada. No. She was running from the tax man. She stalled and she drug her feet about paying the tax man. And the tax man cometh and said, you've got thousands of dollars in back taxes. And so she ran to Kuwait to get away from all that, when really the smarter option would have been to stay in Canada and work out some sort of a payment plan. And she might have been able to get all of that straightened out within a couple of years, maybe less, depending on what she made. Could have gotten all of her problems straightened out. But what did she do? She ran to Kuwait to escape her problems. And escaping from your problems does not fix them, because they are the pink elephants in the waiting room saying, we're going to sit here. And you can sit there and turn your back to us, but we're still here until you deal with us, until you have a conversation and work out something. You're making Canada sound like a really bad place and you had to run away from it. You weren't running away from Canada. You were running away from yourself and the problems that you caused for yourself. When are you going to get it through your head, Foodie? Escaping and running and hopping over a problem and tunneling under it and flying over it doesn't make it go away. Dealing with things is part of adulthood.
So why would I want to go back there? I do still love Canada and have that like cultural pride here and there, but I don't. Maybe it's the memories. I don't know. Maybe it's the memories. You know, I've gone through a lot more there, a lot more pain, a lot of happiness, but a lot more pain than Kuwait. So, and I just like, as a Muslim, I just like being in an Islamic country. It's so much easier. Go back home to Kuwait. Well, we are going to. Like, we scheduled the time for a certain amount of time, you know, and we're not going to change the flight. I mean, it's coming close. So, but it was nice living somewhere else for a little while. It gets you like a change of environment. You learn so much, and you learn so much about yourself too. They have boots in Thailand. Living in Canada and Kuwait is normal. Yeah. Sorry if I missed your comments, guys. I was just talking like to my. It's so weird that anyone would care where you're physically located. I know. That is a good reputable pharmacy. Really? Oh, thanks, Mike. Toilet piece. I'll try that. Then that's where you're meant to be. If you feel at home, that's a great feeling. Yeah. Just go to Kuwait. Yeah, there's lots of bad memories for you in Canada. I feel bad for you. Thanks, Teardrop. Paris Hilton was in Bangkok? No way. Read the hadiths as well. Yeah, danger, for sure. So, I still have a lot.
You know, it amazes me. Like, she flip-flops. She'll put on the hijab. She'll put on the abaya. She'll claim to us that she's a newly reverted Muslim woman, but yet she doesn't pay any respect to the people or the faith at all. She even disrespects the Muslim people and the Muslim faith by coming on camera in this live stream and smoking cigarettes. So if she cared about that, she wouldn't be doing that. And how can Salah let this happen and be okay with it? Having my wife, who is a Muslim woman, coming on camera smoking in view of everybody. That's why I think she's going to dirty delete this live, and that's why I'm covering it now.
I need my fan, guys. I'm sorry. Like, this is the best thing. I have a backup fan. I have 2 of these portable fans. You guys, if you guys were the one who suggested it to me, I'm forever thankful. So, aren't there a lot of halal restaurants in Canada? And what? Yeah, but you know what, Icarus? I know. I thought I brought enough meds. Like, I have some at home. Hi, Tootsie Pie. Hi, T-Bone. You can get them over the counter. Yeah, but like, that's good news. So I don't have to go to a clinic then. We're gonna try. You got Prince Candy. Anastasia. Diamond form, yeah. You're going to California. I don't know, February. Like, I don't really. I have like up in the air plans about travel, but we kind of decide things last minute. Like Thailand. When I tell you Thailand was so last minute, we were in the middle of making all these different plans. Like, okay, what do we do now? Because like when you're building,
you know, I question that. Like, why was it last minute? You knew your visa was just about up. How could you not make plans well ahead of time about what you're going to do, where you're going to be? Who does that? Who goes to another country on a tourist visa knowing that you can only be there for a certain amount of time, and after that you've got to get gone somewhere else and wait till the last minute to go somewhere else? Why not prepare ahead of time? Make sure you have the proper amount of medication or whatever it is you need before your trip. Make sure you save enough money before your trip. It doesn't make any sense to travel and you're waiting until the last minute to get things started.
In the future. Message. There's a motorcycle. When you're building a future with someone, it's like you have to take actual steps to do the stuff, right? Which I'm used to just like daydreaming, but now like if you actually want to change your life, you have to go through so much hard work, like soul searching. You have to like have so many things I have to work on.
And and something else. I'm just putting my thoughts out there as they come to me. So she did say that Salah, he was the take charge person in the relationship. He handles everything. So why didn't he handle the travel plans? Why didn't he put money away? Why didn't he make sure that she had the right medications? I mean, that's his wife. If you're traveling with a partner, especially someone that's your spouse, wouldn't you take steps to make sure that they have everything they need medically before you guys venture off into another country? I'm just saying.
And doing it with him is so much easier, but ugh. Hi, Vanessa. Well, that's okay. You don't have to be sorry about who you can and can't watch, you know? There's people I can't stand to watch. Like, for example, do you guys mind if I smoke? I'm on my balcony. I really, that's how I've been coping. Like, I don't know, a little bit. I don't smoke a lot, but
So, another confession. That's how I've been coping. So, this is not the first time she's lighting up a cigarette on camera. She's basically self-confessing that she's done it before off camera. And Foodie has said she hates cigarettes. Yet here she is as a Muslim woman lighting up a cigarette. She's not even doing it in private. She's doing it in view of the public. This is how you're portraying yourself as a newly reverted Muslim woman. There are many other Muslim YouTubers making content. They don't get on camera and do this crap. And I'm also getting kind of a sense of Foodie, like her wanting a cigarette in front of people. A, she might be doing it for attention. That's certainly true of her. B, because she's fiending for something else and not able to get it, so she's just using the cigarettes to calm herself down. That's just my feeling.
I have one once in a while. I think these are menthol. We don't go to shisha here a lot. Anyways, the Middle Eastern food. Yeah, he supports me, yeah. Insomnia when I don't have my meds, yeah, for sure. Just a cigarette thriller. Is that allowed? Is that allowed on YouTube? I know people are going to report me. I know there's people.
At her now, she's all concerned about, is this allowed on YouTube? Am I breaking any rules? Am I breaking TOS? She's scared. She's scared of the new TOS. Oh, she's terrified. Because she knows it's coming. The clock is ticking. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. She knows she's not going to be able to get away with doing the food content much longer, but now she's concerned about all the TOS. Is this against the rules? Is that against the rules? Can I do this? Smoking cigarettes on camera, I don't think that's against the TOS, Booty, but the big question is, should you be doing it? As a newly reverted Muslim woman, should you be smoking on camera? No.
People who hate me, and they just wait around for me to do something. You know, as soon as I make a little mistake, they're like, "What is that I smell? Foodie Beauty made an error. Do tell." No, they go live for 3 hours. But whatever.
So you're confessing you watch the reaction channels, even though you said you don't. Okay.
Whatever. Yeah, cigarettes. Thoughts on Zachary Michael? No, I don't. I don't really. No, I don't have any thoughts on him. What do you mean thoughts? What in particular? When you guys ask me, how do you think of somebody? What do you mean? How much do you think you've worked on yourself? Oh, gosh. Well, it's weird because it was I've taken steps forward. I'm trying to think if most of the steps are forward compared to some things. Obviously not, my weight.
I'm just going to say this about Foodie. She is not someone that if she makes positive change to herself, she does it because she wants to. She does it because she has to. Like something or someone is forcing her hand and she has no other choice. That's the way she's always operated. If you tell her, don't do something just to spite you, just to buck up, she'll do it anyway. And the only time she'll stop is because she has to stop. So YouTube is changing the terms of service, and they say, we're not going to monetize your videos if you're glorifying issues with food. And she's very concerned about having her channel, having a forum where she can make money. And Daddy YouTube, there's no arguing with it. Absolutely none, because they make the rules. They enforce the rules. So she's worried because she knows this is something that she cannot argue against. She'll lose that fight. YouTube is her only source of income. She doesn't want to lose it, because if she loses it, what else has she got? Salah? Salah's not going to pay her way. She's paying his way. He's not going to support her. He's going to kick her to the curb. And she knows it. She absolutely knows it. And she's nervous about losing him, about losing her channel, because everything in her world is hinged on that one little teeny tiny piece. And if that disappears, everything else in her world is going to come crashing down around her.
Who's your opinion on him? Good person, etc. Yeah, I mean, generally, yeah, a good human being. Yeah, I think most people are. I mean, some people are not, obviously, or at least at the time they're like really lost. I don't know. When it comes to like, since being more religious, when it comes to the nature of people, I don't know, I kind of believe more in evil, but I also think that evil is like being persuaded into it. Like, our fault as humans are that we sin so easily. It's so tempting. We fall for temptation, you know. And I mean,
Looks like you're falling for temptation right now. You could have stayed away from that cigarette. You're going right to it. Same way you do the food.
like evil and Satan, stuff like that, as in like temptations, you know. Even like really overindulgent food. Why am I smoking?
You're an idiot.
Yeah, I don't have shisha. Sorry, guys. I'm just one of those people that like sometimes I just like want to smoke 200 cigarettes in a row. I don't care how self-destructive.
You know, if Foodie wants to have a cigarette, and who am I to yell and scream about? I smoke a vape, and I do smoke cigarettes. There's a lot of people that are smokers. It's a personal choice. But if Foodie wanted to be more respectful about smoking, she could have taken off the hijab and the abaya and done it. The fact that she's doing it wearing the hijab, wearing the abaya, after telling everybody that she is a newly reverted Muslim woman, that's what makes it suck.
If it is, but I don't. Yeah. I don't know if this has been addressed, but does the fact that Zach is LGBT? No, I don't even think of like, I don't look at someone who's gay and think, oh, they're gay, you know, like as part of their character. I don't care. That will never change. Like, I know my religion doesn't agree with it, but whatever. I mean, that's the thing with being religious. Like, that's what I hate about Islam police. Like, you're doing this, it's haram. Like, you're allowed to still, you know, like, no one's perfect. It's so fluid and flexible in how you can worship, how you can believe, you know. So does Christianity. Christianity doesn't condone it. Look at how hard LGBT fought to be able to get married legally in a Christian church. So energy egg. No, at the place that we're at now, it's more like an apartment. So you're allowed to smoke like outside. You can't. I don't think you can smoke inside, but they don't.
Boom! There it is. There it is. So the feeling that she's in the bathroom smoking is pretty much confirmed. You're in your room and you are smoking in the bathroom because you think that fan's going to get rid of all the smoke and they're not going to know. Let me tell you something, Foodie. As a smoker, you smoke in any room, the smoke, it gets into the paint. You can't get that smell out of there unless you repaint. You think that fan's going to do anything? Why don't you just go outside? Why are you doing it in a room and being disrespectful to the people who own that building?
They even have signs. So yeah. Hi, Vamp Diva. Hi. How are you? Sorry, energy. I just really like, I'm stressed out and I just need to smoke. Hello, Nitty. Are you pro-life? I don't want to talk about that stuff. Oh my God. Hi, Celeste. Thank you. Reaction channel does it. Celeste's here to support me, but he's sleeping, and sometimes I just need to run my mouth. You know.
Yeah, because either you're running your mouth or you're filling your mouth. Neither of which has a positive result, but go ahead.
And do something bad like smoke a cigarette. Really, I don't know. I've been smoking since I'm 15 and I'm able to just quit. Like I could just say, okay, tomorrow I don't want any cigarettes. Actually, I go days in between, but some days when I'm just, you know.
Another confession. So she's been smoking this entire time. Oh, like I can do it or not do it. Sometimes I go days in between, but sometimes I just, so she's been smoking this whole time. This ain't the first time and it won't be the last either.
It's a social thing. Have a fun.
Yeah, but you're not social. You're not social. Who are you around that it's a social thing? You're not social with anybody, Foodie.
Nice story. Nora, we're going to try to find them here first. Okay, and then I'll take that next step and figure out if we should go home early. I don't know.
But you just said earlier, you actually said multiple times that the plane tickets are expensive. You're not going to change your flight. And now you're saying we might go home early. So which is it? You can't keep track of her lies.
Yes, for sure. Oh my gosh, you guys. Hi, Tay Tay. What am I stressed about? Mist oil diffuser?
Yeah,
I should try that.
about?
Open chat. Yeah, I've been open chat for a long time.
Because you're broke.
Gloria. Hi, Melissa. Yeah, my boil's like completely healed. It wasn't as deep. Like I had one here before, which was really deep and it took a lot of packing. This one, not really, just bandage.
Yeah, that whole boil situation, we know it was fake. According to her, it was a golf ball sized boil near the inside of her thigh. Strange how the talk of that just stopped after a day or two. No talk about it getting packed and cleaned and it healing up. Nope. And 2 or 3 days after the boil story appeared, she was running across the street to go get some poutine. She's just using that for sympathy. She's been trying to play the sympathy card for days now. Anybody feel sorry for her? Because I don't. I don't feel sorry for liars. I really don't. They make their own misery.
Cigarettes are gross, I know. Sorry, teared up. You're probably going to be busy. Yes, Calla Lily, thank you. It does make you stronger. It does. You know, I don't say a lot of details about things. Like my old self, yeah, I would have. You guys would have been. I would have been live all the time, like in Cuba, and you would know everything. But I don't do that anymore. And you know what? Like I said, there's a lot of advantage to being secret about your life.
But you're not secret.
More trouble.
She's not as secretive as you think she is. Because even in moments where she does not tell us certain things, she lets them slip out later anyway. And the only time she's secretive is when there's something shisty going on and she doesn't want us to know. That's the only time she shuts her mouth. Any other thing, any other time, any other occasion, she'll gladly share the details because she needs something for content. She needs something to talk about. She needs something to report on. And she can't just find some ordinary subject to expand upon. It's got to be something dramatic. It's got to be something horrible or disgusting. So if she's not opening her mouth, it's because there's stuff going on in the background that she doesn't want to share with us. Because maybe if she shared those details, she would have to admit the reaction channels are on point. If there's one thing that Foodie cannot do is admit when she's wrong or she's done wrong. She will never swallow her pride. She's not got a throat big enough for that. She will never admit when she's wrong, even when she very much is.
Okay, listen, the couples vlogs, you might think, that's what I hate about like doing all that work. To do a vlog, it takes hours of editing and going out there and filming and making sure. Sometimes you have to make sure the shots are decent, and it's work, you know. Like,
is she actually complaining about doing couple vlogs, and the couple vlogs are maybe 10, 13 minutes long? Is she really doing that? Ma'am, you're on YouTube and you have a channel that makes you money. You don't have to go out in the real world and get a regular job where you got to walk around, where you got to be stuck in traffic to work and from work. You don't have to clock in and out. You don't have to take short lunch breaks. You ain't got to worry about none of that. You don't even have to worry about reporting to a boss and making them happy. And you're going to sit there and complain about filming videos and posting them on YouTube. And your idea of hard work is sitting down and editing a video that's not even an hour long? What's wrong with you? You entitled brat. Shut it. Shut it. You don't like doing couple vlogs. It's too much work. There's a simple solution. Find something else to do. Find something enjoyable to do. But here's the problem. Anything that requires effort is work to Foodie, and she hates work. So whatever it is, if she has to spend her time doing it, it's too much. It's always going to be too much. Always. If she can't cut it on YouTube and YouTube is too much work, anything else in the world, it doesn't stand a chance with her.
You're doing everything you're doing. You have to say, okay, I need to do this angle, this shot. Oh, wait, the lighting's better here. Like, we pay more attention to that, and it's like more work. So you go through all that work, and then, like, I don't know, people.
Not this one complaining about doing simple 15-minute videos when I'll easily sit there and spend 3 hours on an ambiance video. And I love doing ambiance. But 3 hours on one video, Foodie, you're complaining about 15 minutes worth of video? Shut it. Don't want to hear it.
People just like crap on it, like, but a lot of you love it, so that's what we're focusing on, the people who love our vlogs. But all that to say, I'm still editing the one where we just went out and went on a boat and stuff. That day was 90-something% humidity, and even Salah was, his shirt was soaked, his Joy Division shirt.
And that's another one that needs to shut it. So he's in Thailand with Foodie, and yes, it's hot and humid over there, but he has the nerve to complain about, I got to be out in Thailand in the heat and humidity and be uncomfortable. At the same time, I'm living on somebody else's dime. I got a free, paid for, all expenses included trip to Thailand. And in exchange, all I have to do is put up with her and walk out and do videos. All expenses paid trip to Thailand, and he has the nerve to complain about a few things that make him uncomfortable. Well, Salah, you got something you can do too. You don't like it? Go home to Kuwait. Call the family. Say, hey, I'm done with this. Can you buy me a plane ticket? Can you get me out of here? I'm sure they'd be happy to help out. If it's too uncomfortable, why are you still there, bro? You got a choice.
He heard me playing Joy Division, okay? I know smoking is bad. I know. I don't care right now. But you're right. Anyway. And so I was playing Joy Division, and then we were in this mall. In Thailand, they sell things everywhere. We have a huge suitcase. I have 2 suitcases of extra stuff. I hope they don't pull us over in customs, like, and examine our suitcase and be like, "Man, why do you have a bunch of this or that? Why do you have a bunch of toy guns?" No, I'm kidding. We don't have toy guns. We have bubble guns. Okay. We know we know a lot of kids. Yeah, I'm stressed. Yeah, thanks, guys. Sorry. Did I look at his phone? When? I didn't look at his phone, did I?
I think you did. I think something happened a while ago because you did mention something kind of weird, Foodie. You said that there was something about something on the TV in the hotel and you looked at it. I think that was you were kind of switching the conversation because what you mentioned happening didn't happen. I think you looked at his phone. I think you saw something you didn't like, and you and Salah have been fighting ever since. Hence the reason why he doesn't want to come on camera with you. That, and then maybe there's also the great possibility he's sick to death of you. And the longer you guys stay in Thailand, the less he's able to hold in the aggravation. So to keep from blowing his top and showing his true feelings, he stays off camera. That's why you're doing more things by yourself and he's going out by himself. He's worn down to the nub dealing with you. And yet he won't do the smart thing and go home to the family and get away from you.
Not in like a, "Ooh, what are you doing" way. I'm not going to say I never looked at a boyfriend's phone. That would be a lie. And yeah, I'm always tempted to look at people's phones because you're curious. But then I say, no, that's not nice. If you don't trust someone, there's no point.
Yeah, but you don't trust him. And honestly, the trust shouldn't even be an issue. You guys really aren't a couple. So if you're not a couple, if you're not really committed to each other, there's no reason to go on his phone. It's not your business if he's talking to somebody or not. If it's a business transaction, him just play acting being your husband, you ain't got no right to look at his phone. You ain't got no right to look at his accounts. His only job is to stand beside you, say a few phrases, call you babe, call you honey, and that's it. You have no dominion over that man if you guys aren't in a relationship. But the problem is, he knows it's a business transaction. You don't. You honestly think he cares about you. He doesn't. He cares about what you give him. And as long as you keep giving it, he's going to stick around. The moment you can't get anymore, he's gone. We all know that. And I think you know that too, but you put that in the back of your mind because you don't want to think about that. Because you went all in for Salah, a guy that doesn't care about you. You gave up everything you had for someone who did not care. You're not even intimate with. The biggest joke in the universe.
Actually, Google erases some comments too. Love will tear us apart, yeah. Love. So you heard me listening to it. We were in a mall and we walked by these band T-shirts, and I knew like every band. It was like Radiohead, Joy Division, Nirvana. There was a lot of Nirvana T-shirts, and he liked the green color, and I was like, "Oh, remember Joy Division? Open chat, yeah."
Oh, look at her. This is the second cigarette that she's got. Cigarette after cigarette, Foodie. You are stressing, aren't you? One right after the other, girl. Go ahead.
So anyway, I went down to get a delivery. I really wanted to go. Not that I've exposed myself to the elevators. I like to ride them. It's weird. So anyway.
I have to wonder if Salah is taking a walk right now, like he's been doing. He's taking a walk. She's stressing about that. Because like I said, they've been separating a lot lately. She's stressing because she doesn't know where he is right now.
Hi, Squeaky. Faye, we have a vlog coming out like tomorrow. Salah fell asleep, otherwise it would be out. Like, he was really tired. Swimming makes him tired. So.
Swimming?
Sorry, my drink is chewy. So anyway, I'm going down to get a delivery.
This is funny to me. So I don't know if he's really sleeping. I mean, she could be in the apartment and he could just not be there. He could be on his walks again, getting his hair cut for the third time this week. But if he is there, I'm giggling because it's giving me vibes of mom and dad being asleep and you're sneaking a cigarette in the bathroom. You know, that kind of thing. Like just, oh, they're asleep. Let me just smoke a cigarette on the sneak.
And I have my earbud in, and it's like full blast. It's pretty loud, okay? And TikTok is going in the background. I was listening to like I Survived stories. Crazy stuff. Anyway, I'm handing him the money. He's handing me the stuff.
Oh, I'm handling him the money. He's handing me the stuff. So you're just admitting that you paid for everything. But we knew that. We knew that. Mr. Professional Businessman over there. Where's his professional business? I remember a long time ago, you told us, Foodie, that he was so successful, you could quit YouTube. But you never have. Where's his professional business? Oh, that's right. It's you. That's his professional business, living off of your dime. So you just sat there and told us you hand him the money, he hands you the stuff. But you are paying for everything. So he doesn't have a professional business. You are his business. And he's so doggone stupid, he's not even realizing that you're hurting yourself. And that's a shaky way to go. Very shaky. When you are looking at something or someone as your income, your livelihood, and there's no stability, throwing all your chips on one number, and now one number is a wild card. Boy, that shows lacks of intelligence.
And all of a sudden, it just like, you know how videos just automatically switch in TikTok? It switched to a super loud, it was like, Happy Easter, Grandpa, and then a loud farts. The loudest.
And I have to wonder now that I'm, again, thinking about it, because while I'm sitting here reacting, thoughts just go through my mind. I'm wondering if she's like smoking this cigarette on camera because she knows the reaction channels be all over it. Foodie, if you want to smoke, ain't nobody going to stop you. Nobody can stop you. But this looks pathetic to me. That this is how far you've sunk, that you will use anything for drama, anything for shock, anything to get people talking about you, anything to boost up the views, versus just doing positive content. The terms of service are about to change, and yet you're not preparing. You're still going for the shock. You're still going for the drama. Here's the sad thing. All the old tactics that you would normally use don't work anymore. Eating copious amounts of food on camera is not shocking. You've desensitized everybody to it. Coming on camera half dressed or barely dressed, that doesn't work anymore. Coming on camera doing chemicals and being zooted out of your head, that's not working. Showing us Salah, not working. You're interested in the old tactics, but you're not back in Canada where you can fully let go. You come on camera talking about being a changed person. You have not changed. Your mentality has not changed. Your tactics have not changed. You haven't changed as a person. Still relying on old tricks to make your way.
This farts I've ever heard, and it scared the crap out of me. So he's handed me this stuff, and I'm like, wow. So as I'm going in the elevator, I look at my phone. It says, "Angry Grandpa's gnarliest farts," and one of them, the caption was, "He was holding this in since World War I." It's the cigarettes, I'm sure. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna start to sound like FFG. Jazz cigarette. I used to smoke those long ones with a cigarette holder. I didn't have one, Nora. Squeaky Frog! Thank you! I appreciate it. That's so nice, bees. And yes, when I go to Canada, we'll definitely hang. What did the driver do? He looked bewildered and then just kind of was silent. Like, I find the people we've interacted with here are mostly non-reactive, really. Like, we went on this little day trip thing, and we ended up, we usually don't really, we just go anywhere. We ended up on this street that was like deserted, okay? And it was hot. Like, we were both going to pass out. We're both dizzy walking around. Oh, thanks, Squeaky From in the Kia. You never.
I take it that she ended her live because the chat has stopped moving. So I'm wondering if she's going to delete this or she'll leave it up for an hour, just long enough the reactors to snag it, then she's going to get rid of it.
Anyway. And I'm dying walking, and I'm like, there's nowhere to sit, there's nowhere to drink any water. Sorry for smoking cigarettes here. I'm not sorry, whatever. I couldn't imagine leaving my mom. Well, I mean, my mom is still, touch wood, she's still, she's still out there every day. She's still young enough. I don't think, like, it's not like I'll never see her. I don't have to be with her all the time, like, to take care of her. So if I had to, yeah, I'd go back in a minute, take care of her. So anyway.
I don't think that's the way that would go. I think if Foodie went back to Canada, at this point, she'd be leaning on her family to take care of her. And you know what, Foodie? Given the way you are, I seriously doubt your family would take you in. If you came back to Canada and said, I need a place to stay, even for a short while, I don't have a place, I doubt your family would take you in, knowing your personality, knowing how destructive and messy you are. They wouldn't want you in their house live streaming at 2 a.m. They would tell you to find a motel or a hotel room, make it work.
Finally, we come to this little hut. And Salah's like, water? You have water? And they just were like looking at us like this for like 5 minutes straight. And so we'd use the translator, and they were like, yes. And we're like, yes, okay. Can we have So like, it's like somebody living there. They're decently priced townhouses. Like I think we paid like $17.50 a month, but nothing included. So that was like my first time having to pay utilities because I purposely always look for an apartment all included. Like I don't want to be bothered. It's not even the money. I don't want to be bothered, to worry about extra utilities and setting up things. Take down that. Yeah, vamp. I know, like, but that's the thing. Like, we're split up. This is what happens when I don't tell you shit about my life. You make it up. You make shit up, and then your audience gets a little spoon and eats it.
But you do that on purpose. You purposely dole out little bits of information little by little because you want people to speculate. You want them to stick around to keep watching you. That's the reason why you don't give 100% proof and truth all the time. You want that speculation. And then you yell at the reaction channels that if you are telling a story or telling us details and you're leaving a lot of empty holes, you're leaving people to figure out what's really going on because we know we won't get the truth from you. It's really weird how you will overshare on some things, but not share enough in others. And I'm not saying you have to share every single detail about your life. You can leave things private if it relates to things that are too personal. But that's the weird thing. You will overshare things that are too personal and then, make us speculate on others. Your boundaries are kind of backwards.
Oh, hi, Messi. Ottawa is just ridiculous. They keep building more apartments, but no one can afford to pay $3,000 a month. What the heck? No. It's not about our fight at all. Listen, Salah and I.
Okay. So she just said nobody can afford to pay $3,000 a month on rent. And yes, $3,000 is a lot to pay on rent. Rent anymore is stupid expensive. The average cost of a one-bedroom apartment is like what, $1,200, $1,500, or maybe less, depending on where you move to, what the area is. But her complaining about $3,000 a month, but that's what she spends on food a month. You would be able to afford $3,000 a month or $2,000 a month if you just cut out the bad habits. How can you sit there and complain about rent and bills when you spend twice that amount on stuff you don't need? How?
We're in a relationship, okay? But we're still individual people. Salah goes to pee. Oh no, he left her. Hi, Dawn, hi. Anyway, it's about me. I have issues that don't go away when you move to another country, okay? It's like,
We knew that.
I just get stressed sometimes. I just need to talk. You know what I mean? Like I can talk to him, but for me, sometimes I use YouTube live streams to talk to you guys about stuff, like normal life stuff. Just want a cigarette sometimes. Nothing controversial about that. It's hard being together all the time.
Yeah, but here's where you're messing up. YouTube is not a replacement for therapy. It's healthy and it's normal to want to talk about things and vent about things, but we all vent. Everybody vents. Things get on your nerves and you vent to your friends, you vent to your family, but you're trying to use YouTube as a form of therapy. And you've been doing that for years and nothing has gotten better. Trying to use people in your chat as a replacement for real therapy, and they're not your therapists. They're just viewers and subscribers and chatters just talking back to you. You want people to pay you to listen to your garbage versus the other way around. You don't want to sit in a room with somebody who is educated and skilled, and they will ask the hard questions and get to the heart of the matter to help fix the problem. You don't want the problem fixed. You want to profit off your problems and your hurts. And you're not stopping to think about the people that come on YouTube. They're coming on to maybe forget about their problems for a minute, to be entertained, to find someone or something that makes them laugh or feel positive, and you're not providing that. You come on your channel complaining about all your issues, and you never stop and think about what people who are listening to you, what they might be going through. You're not concerned about them. You're not thinking about, I'm dumping my garbage onto other people when they might have their own stuff going on, and maybe I shouldn't do that. You don't care. You just want to dump your verbal garbage in everybody else's eardrums. You don't care about your audience at all.
I mean, it's fine, but in a relationship, yeah. Our anniversary, well, I won't tell you the day. 1,700 for one bedroom. What? Oh no, ours was 2. That's crazy. We won't tell anyone. I feel like when I talk to you guys, that's how it is. Like, you guys won't tell anyone, but the whole, like, public is watching this.
You know, I really don't like what's going on here right now, because you know what this feels like to me? This feels like manipulation. Like, I'm going to sit here on my back porch or my bathroom, make it feel kind of intimate, and I'm just going to sit here and smoke a cigarette like I'm sitting next to a friend and just having casual conversation, trying to make her subscribers feel like, oh, we're friends and we're talking as friends. That's what Foodie does. She manipulates people, making people that are on her channel feel like she cares for them. She doesn't. She really, really doesn't. Because if you were a friend to somebody for real, then you respect your friends. You don't sit there and manipulate your friends. You don't dump all your problems on your friends and say, blah, 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 blah. Why not ask about what's wrong? You know, like make it a two-sided conversation, not just one. The way she handles herself on her channel is, all of my problems and all of my issues are more important than yours. I don't want to hear about what's going on with you. Just listen to me. It's always been that way. It's always a one-sided friendship. I'll throw everything that's wrong with me at you, but if there's something going on with you, I really don't care. Foodie is not a friend to anybody, not even herself.
So what if they did it? Okay, yeah, like, couples don't always agree with each other. Are you going to say if you're in a relationship you never fight? And basically you're making up these things based on having no evidence whatsoever, no proof whatsoever, all imagination. My favorite color? I don't really have a favorite. I don't really. I like a lot of colors. You can tell us anything.
That might be another potential pearl she just dropped, that couples are fighting and couples always fight. Yeah, couples do have fights. So are you saying, without saying, the two of you are fighting? Well, we knew that. We knew that by the way he's behaving right now.
I mostly did. Oh, I saw a really cool concert. Did you guys hear of this, like, sphere that's in Las Vegas? It's like a huge sphere with like millions of LED lights. And I don't know, Tyler. I'm sorry, guys, if I didn't see your comments. Are visa issues because you're not married? What? No, that's not even true, though. Why would I admit to something that's not true? I mean, okay, people have absolutely zero proof of, like, anything. Even though I've said from my own mouth, we could not legally be in Kuwait together. Why would we risk that? You know? Maybe you would think I would do that, but Salah would not. He has to live there. He has a family, you know? So, the buildings we've lived in, you have to show your marriage certificate. And, I mean, why would we contrive one that would take a lot of work. If you saw it, you would know the specific paper they use. We could show you, but we don't owe it to you, so we're not going to. If you don't want to believe we're married, okay, whatever.
You know, I don't have to see paperwork to know that these two are not a real couple. I could tell by their interactions with each other. It's been several months. I don't feel that couple energy. Like, I don't feel that they are two people that are emotionally connected and plugged into each other. His behavior is of someone that I am here for what I need. She's providing, therefore I'll hang around. But he doesn't really care about Foodie. How can anybody who is a spouse to anyone see what's going on with her and be okay with that? If you choose a partner for life, or even a friend, if you have a friend that you care about and they are hurting themselves, aren't you going to step forward and say something, even in a polite way? She's hurting herself with food, and he's okay with that. And he's okay with that because he's benefiting. She got in his ear and she told him, this is how I make money on YouTube, so let it continue because it benefits you. And he agreed. He's watching her become more unhealthy, and he's not stepping away from this. He's sticking right with it until the very end. And she's okay with that too. Because given the way she is, given the fact she doesn't want to change, this is the best she can get. A paid for companion versus an actual partner.
You know, you need a vacation from your vacation. Okay, this will be the last one. I'm single and live with my now platonic roommate in the bathroom and toilet smoking weed. It's squeaky frog. If you talk about it, you're just normalizing normal fighting in a relationship. Yeah, I know. But the thing is, I respect my husband because even if we did argue once in a while, it's never abuse. It's never abusive. It's not something I feel like I need to vent to the public, unknown people to.
Okay, take note of that part. Take note of that part. Reaction channels, go back to this live after it's processed and clip that part out and keep it. Clip that part and keep it in your archive, because we know what's coming. That when this whole thing blows up and she's got to go back to Canada and Salah is in Kuwait, we know what's coming. There's a great chance that Foodie's going to turn right around and say that you guys don't know what was happening behind the scenes. He was so bad to me. He did this, that, and the other thing. What she's saying in this live stream while they're together, none of that was happening. Keep that part. I know I'm going to go back and I'm going to clip that part out. And she'll deny this part. But when it suits her, when she wants to paint the picture of being a victim, she'll change the narrative. She changes the narrative based on the situation, based on whatever arc she's put together, based on where she can get the most sympathy and the money. But when her and Salah finally part company, she's going to paint a much different picture of him. And all I got to say to that, Foodie, is that crap only happened once. And people bought it once, but they're not buying it again. You said all this crap about Nader. You were okay with Nader until you didn't get your way. And then once you didn't get your way, you started talking all out both sides of your mouth, claiming things that he did. Although you kept running back and forth to him and you wouldn't stop even after the allegations. But it's going to happen to Salah too. She's going to paint the worst picture of him. So take note of this minute. Where is the timestamp? It is 1 hour, 5 minutes, 33 seconds. Giving everybody a timestamp. Clip that part out and keep it, because that'll be important later.
There's nothing major. Like we have, like you should know me by now that if something is not normal, I'm probably going to spill it, especially if it affects me emotionally and makes me unhappy. He's really good to me. He's like the best. And I feel different in this relationship than anyone for some reason. Like, like more of a like a protection. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it. It's weird. The Beezer spray? It's no one's business about your visa. Yeah, teardrop, exactly. Aaron, I deserve some decent time with cigarettes. Really, secret life of peace. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, we are. Okay, Holy Spirit, she speaks badly about me every day. I'm allowed a jab once in a while. I'll deal with it. Actually seem to have fun. It's important to not always get along, and it's good to, yeah,
I don't know if she's talking about FFG. I imagine she is. She talks badly about me every day. Gee, I wonder why. Could it be because of your behavior? I mean, doesn't it ever occur to you that if you acted right, nobody would have anything bad to say? That people give the criticisms because of your bad behavior? Are you expecting everybody else in the world to co-sign on your nonsense and say, that's okay, act that way, talk that way? Everybody in the world is supposed to be a yes man. That even when you're acting wrong, we're supposed to agree. That's not the way the world works. It's not the way it goes. And consider this, foodie, that you got it backwards. You got a lot of things backwards. Let me just straighten out your head for a minute. You think that the people who criticize you are haters, that they're bullies, they're being hateful people. Here's where you're getting it wrong. The people that are on your channel, they see what you do. They know you've got a problem with food. The people that are on your channel and they know you have a serious problem with food, that are enabling it, that are encouraging it, those are the real haters, because they're helping to push it forward. And maybe the people that are saying, this is wrong, you shouldn't do this, this is out of control, this is bananas, maybe those people are trying to stop you from hurting yourself. Do you ever think about that? That ever occur to you that your thinking is all kinds of messed up? That those who oppose the wrong that you do, that they're showing more care to you than the ones who are going along with it. Dummy. The people that are on your channel that are the feedies, they talk about food. They encourage you to eat more. They don't care about your health. They really don't. There are people on your channel that are beezers, that they understand there's a problem. They don't encourage it. They get it. But then there are those who do encourage it. And you lean into them because you have a habit and you don't want to stop. From one person who's in recovery for BED to someone who's you still got it going on and it's raging and it's active. I can look into your eyes right now. You haven't had that wake up moment. You don't want to face it. You really don't. You don't want to change. You don't want to put the brakes on. If anything, you want to press on the gas pedal to the point where YouTube is telling you the days of monetizing something that shouldn't be monetized are over. You're trying to find a workaround. You're not waking up and saying, I need to stop. You're trying to find a way to make it continue. It can't continue. It shouldn't continue.
Bella, just a cigarette. A Thai cigarette. Of my game. Video chat. Well, hi, Betty Spaghetti. I like your name. You think she's wrong about me? That's awesome. You know, and I do get people who, you know, I guess, yeah, I should be thankful. You know what? Thank you to all the shit talkers who promote my channel. Thank you. I appreciate it. But welcome, Betty Spaghetti. I like when people formulate their own opinions about me. That's a joke. Yeah, that's a joke. I almost wish it would happen just to like make content out of it because it's so funny. Like, if anyone could sue anyone, it would be me. You can literally like create a person, a fake person, to trick me into giving my cat to your brother.
Oh, here we go. Bringing up FFG. I love it. I love the fact that FFG has a mansion in her head. Dude, she's in Thailand. Still talking about FFG. Still bringing up the fact that FFG has BBJ. How old is that? How old is that issue? Still bringing it up. She's still salty about that. Still mad at FFG. You know what that was, Foodie? That happening? That was karma stepping in and saying no more. This baby's been through enough. She lived with you. You didn't care for her. You let that poor baby be sick for months, walking around with nails embedded into her foot pads, letting her walk around malnourished, starved, with kidney problems, with infections, with a UTI so bad she was peeing blood. And that's not even mentioning the environment itself. That house being so incredibly filthy. There were fruit flies and mummified food and moldy pots and a refrigerator so full of rotting food it stank even with the door shut. And litter boxes that hadn't been changed in months. The amount of filth in your bedroom was so bad, you couldn't even walk a straight line from the door to your desk without stepping over stuff. BBJ's food all over the floor. Remember that? I remember that. And then people got onto you for it and you fixed it, but only after people pointed it out. And you were swearing the entire time you were in Kuwait, oh, there's nothing wrong with her. But then Pete did a live stream, and we could see in the background that BBJ was limping down the stairs. Saw that too. And another thing, him doing a live stream and saying that there was no food in the house for the cats. And some wonderful, kind, compassionate person cared enough to have food sent to the house so the baby could eat. All that FFG did and her family was step in and help BBJ. Someone needed to help her. And help came. And it took her months and months and months to get back to normal. It took a long time and took a lot of vet visits. And if you're someone that you cared about your pets, you didn't cry over the pain that you caused BBJ. And you didn't thank FFG for stepping in and helping in the way that she did. You weren't that person getting online and saying, thank you, FFG, for caring for my former pet. The pet that you claim that you love so much, you weren't distraught overhearing of all the things that were wrong. You were more angry about the fact that somebody who had a channel was going to expose you for all the neglect that you were guilty of. You got the most upset over that versus the pain that poor baby was in. And even now in Thailand, you're bringing it up. BBJ is good. She's around good people. She's being well cared for. She's safe. She's happy. Let it go, Chantal. There's nothing you can do.
Like, how is that? Like, that's total grounds for suing. Civil. I was told that by the police. You can definitely take this to court.
Go ahead and sue. First of all, beast, you don't have the money to sue anybody. If you're in Thailand and you're over there complaining about the cost of cherries and cheese, you ain't got the money to sue anybody. But I'd like to see you try. I really would. That would be a joke. The joke of the century. Because then FFG could come to court with all the vet bills showing the judge what a neglectful owner you were. That would be fun.
So why, and she wants to sue me over accidentally doxing, because I, after apologized and offered to change the number. Good luck.
Yeah, let's bring that up. Thank you for mentioning that, because I will mention things you throw on the table, and you're throwing it on the table now. What happened then, Foodie? Did you remember? You're not giving the whole story. So let's give the story. FFG, she went through something very traumatic involving DV. You gave her number in the phone. The person that you claim was abusing you, you gave them the phone to talk to her. You did that. You did that. You came on camera claiming all these things he was doing to you. And you flip-flop between, oh, he's a horrible person, he's hurting me, but yet defending him over and over again. Giving an abuser, according to you, somebody else's number. Because what, you want to gain brownie points with Nader? Get on his good side? Yeah, you did that. You did that. Again, when it suits you, you'll change the narrative in a heartbeat. But if you're going to tell the story, tell it all. Tell the whole doggone story. Don't leave parts out to make yourself look good.
Good luck. Yeah, Betty. Defamation too, yeah, for sure. Especially with the cats. I have the proof of the animal control came to my house several times. I have years of videos showing them fully healthy.
About that. So yeah, animal control came to the house, but there were moments that Pete's did not answer the door. And when they were let in the house on one occasion, they told him to clean the place up because it was so filthy. But even if animal control comes, they are not a vet. They can't do blood tests. They can't give a checkup. There's only so much they can do. So she's claiming that they came in, they saw nothing wrong. But how can animal control make a full diagnosis of something if that's not their forte? They can't. And as far as you having the cats for years and they were fine, well, maybe they were fine for years. Maybe. You started out your channel showing your cats they looked fine. Who knows if they were? But that was before, for some odd reason, you became obsessed with having a man, any man in your life, finding a partner. I don't know what happened, but you got fixated on having a man in your life and running after a man. The moment that happened, you just started to kind of push the cats into the background and not caring about them. And since Nader wasn't a cat lover or an animal lover, again, whatever that person likes, you like. Whatever they hate, you hate. If they don't care about it, then you don't care about it. You started to neglect your pets then. And it just got worse. So trying to use that as a defense of, I care for my pets for years. Maybe you did. But don't try to use that as some kind of credit points of, I did it for years. But then you stopped. That's the problem. You stopped. You decided to stop and neglect them and let them be neglected, and you didn't do anything about it. You did not give the pets to somebody who would take care of them, and you could have. A lot of people stepped forward at that time and said, I'll take BBJ, I'll take Sam, no questions asked. People even stepped forward and sent you money so that the vet visits would be free. They suggested call a mobile vet. Nope, can't be bothered. And you want to know why? It's because you liked to keep people in suspense. You liked for people to be afraid, for BBJ and Sam to be stressed out. You were using that as an evil manipulation tactic to keep people watching your content, people who cared about the pets, and they tuned in every day to see if the pets were okay. And because we're on the other side of the monitor, we don't know all the health problems. All we know is what we see, and what we saw wasn't good. So yeah, those of us that have pets or care about animals, that have compassion, we were worried. And when everybody found out that Frenchie and her family had BBJ, a lot of people were crying tears of relief and joy that that baby's nightmare was finally over and out of your hands. And that's why you raged, because the worst of your evils, you couldn't hide anymore. Karma. Karma. You hurting an innocent and thinking you can get away with it, and you didn't. There's nothing that a narcissist hates more than being exposed for being a liar. Which?
What, maybe one instance or two where my room was effing messy. I was depressed as fuck. Okay, I was addicted to coke, and I don't even know if that was the same time, but I was a mess for in and out. Like sometimes my house would get, sometimes I would go, okay, this is how I lived my life. My house would be dirty, and then I would just like get sick of it once I'm out of my like funk and just clean and clean and clean.
No, you wouldn't. You never cleaned that place. And even when people came to you and said, why don't you get a maid, Chantal? If you don't want to clean, if you can't clean, get a maid. Have other people come in and do what you can't do or that you won't do. You said, oh, I'm too embarrassed about my house. So you were too lazy to clean and yet too embarrassed for people to see the filth. And the filth just kept getting worse. And it's one thing for you to live like that. You're a person. You can choose to live like that or not. But the worst part was your pets had to live in that crap every day. You smoking in front of them 24/7 every day. Dirty, filthy litter boxes every day. Living in filth. They had no choice but to endure it. You made them endure it. You didn't try to fix it.
You know? Squeaky. Hi, Pam. She said it was a Google number. Yeah, I know. Like, these people, I don't know how they even listen to her, but whatever.
You're so dead set jealous of FFG. You might as well just come out and say it that you are jealous, because you are. It still blows your mind that somebody made a channel showing your content. This person's been on YouTube for maybe half the time that you have, maybe less, and they're making 10 times more money. And you want to know why? Because she's a hard worker. She earns it. You don't earn crap. You're lucky to still be here. You're lucky to still have a channel. But you are angry that somebody could take your content and make much more money with it. You just haven't figured out, like, being boring just doesn't pay the bills no more.
Julia is fine, and so is Howie. Actually, apparently, Howie, they didn't shut his cage properly, so he got out, and the person came into the room. They have like a room for the pets, and it's like got its own air conditioner because Julia is a long hair, so she needs to be in air conditioning. And a teardrop. They were playing with each other. Legit.
What?
I know. These, yeah. Howie, I don't know how old he is exactly. We got him in Kuwait, like not even a year ago. She didn't try to eat him or hurt him, no. And he wasn't scared. I bet Howie likes being so sneaky. No, there's a little thing here to put the butts. I put them away after. Just so I want to meet your family, of course, yeah. I would be ticked off if I had someone bottom feeding off. Yeah, for sure. Did you meet his? Yes. And yes. He's alive, of course. You guys will see them. Do I like Julia? Lisa, what kind of like question is that? No, I love Julia. I miss her every single day. I don't know. Like, you guys ask the weirdest questions. Why would I get a cat if I didn't love cats?
Because you wanted the attention. And you picked a cat that looked just like BBJ on purpose. You picked a cat that was the closest in appearance to BBJ. And the sad thing is, the real one, the real BBJ, you didn't care about her. So I'm kind of confused. The way you treated BBJ, you treated her with contempt. Like, for some reason, you got a hatred for anything that happens to be female. And I guess that includes animals too, because Sam was your favorite. You would sit there and let him jump up on the desk and you would pet him, but BBJ, you didn't want anything to do with her. You treated her the worst. So you treated BBJ so not good. But yet you're going to pick another cat that looks like her. You did that for attention. It's not because you missed BBJ. It's because you were doing the cat deflection. Trying to repaint the picture that people had of you. Trying to get some brownie points with pet owners. The thing is, the new beezers that are over there, they don't understand how horrible you are. That you don't care about anything, not even yourself. And you treated BBJ and Sam horribly. You let them live in horrible conditions. Litter boxes so dirty, they were pooping and peeing all over the carpet because they couldn't use the boxes at all. Not sucking up on cat food. They were so hungry, they were eating cheesy poofs and snacks from the floor. Yeah, she did that too.
Yeah, I'm okay, Vape Diva. I'm just like in a weird mood, that's all. It happens to me sometimes. You know. No, Emily, but I'm an adult. I can do what I want. If I want to smoke, I can smoke, on camera, whatever. It's like, I like to be private, but sometimes I just like to not be so private. I don't know. I don't know if that will ever change about me. I try, but little pumpkin is sweet. No, I wasn't crying. I'm just like, I'm dizzy and like, because I don't know, I'm just really dizzy today.
So you're dizzy, but you're smoking a cigarette. How does that help?
Thanks, Mike. Hi, Sue Ellen. Yeah, but Julia has so many cute pictures I had to share. So I was sleeping. I don't think I'll get any more animals now. Hi, Rasoska. Because Julia knew I smoke. What kind of meds you forgot? My mental health meds. Oh yeah, no, I'm not.
And that's another thing that bugs me about Foodie. So when it suits her, when she wants sympathy, she'll come on and she'll talk about her mental health. She'll mention it. She'll put it in front of people. But yet she's not taking care of her mental health. She knows what she needs to do. She knows what she has to do, but she's not doing anything except complaining and mentioning it. So you're coming on camera and you are talking about these things, Foodie, but what are you doing for yourself? Again, nobody can help you but you. She purposely brings things up during her lives and her videos because in a roundabout, not so subtle way, she's trying to connect with people in her audience that might be dealing with those same issues. And those in her audience listening to her, when they hear her mention certain things, they might think, oh, I have this issue too, so we've got something in common. You know, Foodie is trying to do this really toxic way of bonding with people. That's not the way you bond with people. That's not a healthy way to do it. Trying to bond through problematic things or issues that should be healed. So when it suits her, she'll bring up traumatic things, triggering things, the mental health. If you have problems, if you have issues, those should be explored and found a way to be in recovery or healed. You shouldn't use certain topics like she does to bond with people or make them feel like, oh, I've got this issue and you've got this issue. We got something in common. She's a master manipulator. And she likes to tug on people's heartstrings and make them feel sorry for her. No one should feel sorry for Foodie. The universe has given her so many chances to get it right, to have a good life, and she has thrown away every single one of them. And as a grown adult person, she's got the chance to turn it all around, and she doesn't want to. She really doesn't want to. I've been watching her for years. There's nothing in her that screams, I'm ready for change. Everything about her says, I don't want to change. I just want to continue being the same awful, rotten person that I am, and I don't want to change that at all.
Maybe the smoking makes me feel dizzy. No, even when I'm not smoking, I don't know. I think it's like the heat. I'm hot right now. Ugh, that's why I'm red and sweaty. And I look really tired. I am tired. Yeah, I think Google is deleting messages. Cigarette isn't permissive in Islam. Well, no, it's not really, yeah. It's not really permissible it's not good for you, period. But like I said, I'm not perfect all the time. I feel like you liked your over. Well, it takes a while to develop. Like, I loved Julia, though, pretty much right away. But yes, of course, I still love my other cats. Like,
they don't love you. Look, I'm not trying to speak for BBJ and Sam, but I'm sure they don't love you. I'm sure they've forgotten you by now. Moved on. Yet you haven't moved on from talking about them. And I think it's disgusting that they were with you and you were their owner and you had the space, the time, and the opportunity to care about them. All you cared about was exploiting them. And now that they're away from you, you're not done exploiting them. You won't stop bringing them up. Still trying to use them as topics for conversation and make yourself look more pathetic and pitiful. Why not leave them alone? Why not let them live their life? And on that note, why not leave your grandma alone? She's no longer here. Let her rest in peace. Stop trying to exploit her death to get sympathy points. Let the lady rest in peace. Show respect as a family member. And stop bringing that up. Stop trying to find anything and everything to paint a pitiful picture of yourself. Leave alone former pets and deceased loved ones. How about that?
It wasn't easy for me to do that. Like, that's what I hate about rehoming them at all. Like, I was about to share a video of like talking about rehoming pets. Like, I've had people and some people in the comments say they've had to do it. Like, it doesn't mean that you don't love your pets anymore and you just want to get rid of them. Actually, it's the opposite. I was trying to do what was best for them in the little amount of time that I had to make that decision. And it was traumatic. Like, it's actually traumatic. I just cried. Actually, yeah, I did cry. I'm not crying now, but I did cry not too long before the stream because I got sent a longer video of Sam, and just seeing him like really affects me. It really, really does. And the whole BBJ situation, I can't think about it.
Yeah, are you jealous because she's got a better life than you and she's actually got a home? You should be jealous. But then again, considering all the hell you put her through, she earned that. She literally earned it. Thank you, FFG, for helping BBJ. Someone needed to, and you stepped all the way up to that plate and you made it happen. I was one of the people that I cried in relief and joy when I heard that. She didn't deserve all the suffering that she went through. Not at all. Not even a little bit. But you had those cats, Chantal. Could have been a great owner. A really great owner. And as far as rehoming your pets, you weren't interested in finding the right home and the right owner. You were in a hurry to get over to Salah. But everything worked out the way that it did. Sam is in a better place, so is BBJ. I'm happy about that. I'm happy that they're safe and healthy and happy and well cared for, because they didn't get that with you.
So yeah, don't bother explaining. Exactly. I don't want to waste my time explaining things anymore, making videos, raging on live streams about anything that's not true or that's not worth addressing, or that there's no point, because it's like talking to this. There's people who don't care if I'm doing well, actually really personally about me at all. All they care about is how much money I can make them. That's it.
Are we supposed to care? Honestly, we are reactors. We are not your family members. Are we supposed to care about you? I mean, yes, we are human and there's something called humanity, but we're supposed to care about you? Hey, stupid, pay attention. We are reactors. We're not supposed to care about you. We're just reacting to you. We're just covering your video and giving our opinions. But as far as caring about you, look at it this way. Maybe by pointing out the things that are wrong, we're showing a little bit of care because we're pointing out something ain't right here. You getting on camera and stuffing yourself full of food when you got a problem with food, that's wrong. We're not agreeing with it. We're showing more care to you by pointing it out than the people who are going along with the crap. Think about that for a second. But we're not supposed to care about you. We're not supposed to surround you in love. Your life is your own. It's up to you to take care of it. Everybody, we got to take care of ourselves. And we got to care for our loved ones and our pets. We have our own responsibilities, our own lives. But reacting to Chantal does not mean you have to care about her and love her. You know, like look at the people in your personal life, Chantal, your family. Look at the way you treat them. Look at the way you've treated your best friend, Pete's. The way you behave. Were you caring about those people? Were you showing any sense of concern? Were you showing any care and concern for Pete's? When you were charging up his credit cards? When you were breaking his heart and cheating on him? Were you caring about him then? What about your family? Embarrassing them for what? Were you caring about your pets when you were neglecting them and making them live in filth? No. Just walking through life, doing whatever you want, hurting people and pets along the way, not giving a crap. And you want us to care about you? No, don't work like that.
They exploit my life. They make money off my life, my misfortunes, and that's the extent of it. Hi, Alec Bugs. How are you? Yeah. I could have taken them to court, but I don't think that at the time, especially, I didn't think that was the right thing to do.
I could have taken him to court, but I didn't because you knew you'd lose. You also threatened to take Nader to court. You know, that one who you said hurt you. That person, according to you, has done more harm to you than any other reactor in girl world. But you didn't take him to court. No, no. If you wanted to hurt Nader, you could have done it easily. Could have shut that channel down, stopped him from making content, but you didn't. Still haven't. But I could have taken all the reactors to court. Go ahead and try. What you got, Chantal? What you got? You ain't got nothing. Girl, you're over there complaining about the cost of cherries and cheese and everything's so expensive, but you, you want to take people to court? You ain't got the money for court costs. And you're too lazy to fill out paperwork. What do you mean?
You know, I thought it was better for them, more fair to them because of how, even Sam, like how terrified he is, and BBJ is 21. Like, the way they got was super emotional. Yeah, Vancouver, exactly. It's not easy. My favorite meal? I don't know. I don't know if I have a favorite. The mango sticky rice was so good.
That's because it was dessert. Mango sticky rice is a dessert.
Have you ever done therapy? Yeah, many times. many times. Cats have died while trying to fly. Yeah, I've seen horror stories, and people, like, the airlines lose them sometimes. Hi, Kina Bear! It looks like I'm on the toilet, eh?
It does.
No, it's not. You made a mess with that mango. How did you find that new girlfriends? Oh my gosh, Lena. I talk so much. Really, you can? I assume Halloween isn't really a thing there. It's more here than in Kuwait. Kuwait is like almost non-existent, if not fully. There might be like a little store somewhere that has something. I don't know. I have 3 cats and 2 dogs. My cats are crazy. I'm transported her, yeah. What was I gonna say? Arby's. Oh, hi Rudy, I missed you. I have to accept that it's a lot. Like, they're gone, and I have to grieve that.
You're not grieving nothing. The night that you gave away Sam, your favorite, you threw a freaking pizza party. And you weren't crying when you let go of BBJ. You had made an entire video showing Pete's giving BBJ to FFG's brother. No tears. And there wasn't a stream or a video after that showing yourself really, really sad. What we did see, though, was a video of you raging when you found out that Frenchie and her family had her. All that anger, all that angry for that. And after Frenchie came forward and said, look at all these things wrong with BBJ, you weren't distraught. You weren't shocked. You weren't like, oh my God, I didn't know all these things were going on. I am so sorry. Thank you, Frenchie. No, you were more angry about Frenchie having her than what was wrong with your pet. No care or concern about the pain she was in and had been enduring. It was all about who had her and not liking that person. But you're right. You do have to just move on and accept the fact that you're not going to get your pets back, nor should you have them. Not with the way you treat animals.
You know, I wish I had money to travel for this long. Yeah, well, I hope you get to travel someday, Bugs, and do what you want in life. The boil's healed. Nowhere is good. Isn't there like a good movie on Hulu called No One Will Save You or something like that? Have a good time, no latte. Why does anyone even care? You know, like we have our reasons for doing what we do, and that's it. It's our life. It's our private life. We have a right to privacy. I mean, it's been like, what, a year now that I'm with Salah, and nothing could touch. Like, catastrophic has happened. Like, mashallah. Like,
not yet. Not yet. But you're in Thailand and you're having issues with your visa. And at the same time, YouTube is saying, no more making money with the food content, Chantal. Worlds are about to collide. So we will see. I'll be watching.
But, you know, people are still trying to tie me with you know who in video.
Nope. Not going to let you get away with that. People are still trying to tie me to Nader, but you keep bringing up Nader. You keep talking about him. You keep mentioning him. You talked about the long road and reminiscing about the long road, even though we know what the long road means. You keep talking about Canada, talking about you're being nostalgic about that. You keep bringing him up. You miss Nader. You miss being your real, authentic self with Nader. Maybe you miss the intimacy with Nader, as gross as that may sound. Still, you miss him. You miss your old life. But you won't fully admit it. But you let things slip out that you are. You want that life back.
And like thumbnails of why would you want to do that to someone? Like, why would you want to get a negative reaction from someone, like by associating them with someone who abused them? Like,
because it never happened. Tell the truth, Chantal. A lot of things you said about Nader are not true. They are not true. That was just you telling stories on purpose to trigger people. People in your audience that maybe for real have gone through that. You were doing some kind of toxic bonding with those people and also trying to profit off of it. Because you made a lot of money during that arc. People who had gone through that trauma, gone through those experiences, you were triggering them with a purpose that they would feel sympathetic towards you and afraid for you. And they would just send you money. Lots of people sent you money. And so you kept talking about it when really you should have shut your mouth because you were triggering people. And that topic was so profitable that you brought it up multiple times, over and over again. Once wasn't enough. I find it interesting that this person, Nader, was so bad to you, right? He was so hurtful. Yet you never shut his channel down when you could. Never took him to court when you could. Never put him in jail when you could? And who can be hurt like that by another person and still bring up their name? Who can be hurt like that and reminisce about the times you spent with him? How is that even possible? Somebody has hurt you. You don't want to think about them. You don't want to mention their name. You're certainly not feeling nostalgic, but you do. And why don't you paint the complete picture, Chantal? Why don't you talk about what you did? How abusive you were? You confessed to being verbally abusive, said that more than once. Don't know if there's any kind of physical abuse on your end, but I'm sure that if there was abuse, it went both ways. You're certainly manipulative. You're possessive, you're greedy, you're controlling. We only know what you tell us, what you show us, but there might be more to the story. But the point is, you try to paint the picture of being a victim when you never were. Not even a little bit. You kept going back to him. You kept seeing him. You had a job. You had your own home. You had your own money. You could have stayed away. You could have blocked his number on your phone and never seen him again, and that would have been that. You kept going back over and over and over again. Kept spending time with him. You claimed all these things about Nader, and yet you had no problem spending time with him alone in motel and hotel rooms, even after the allegations, which, again, I think that's just weird, strange, unusual, because who would do that to somebody that physically hurt you? How would you feel safe and secure knowing you were alone in a room with a person who had done that to you? But you did. See, a lot of things with you don't add up. The math ain't mathin'. When you sit there and you claim those things about that person, and yet you run back and you spend time when you don't have to. That's why I'm calling you a fake, phony victim. Phony. Fraud. Victim for profit. That's what you are.
You know, I don't get it. Like, it's fucked up. Like, I would never do that. Never spend my time doing that. So, you know what? You know how I deal with that kind of hate is I'm thankful that I'm not a piece of crap like that.
No, you sure? I think you're the biggest piece of crap. Biggest. The biggest pile on YouTube.
Period. I'm so grateful. So grateful. Alhamdulillah. We all have a past, exactly. Yeah, I'm like, well, exactly. They want their soap opera, yeah. But this is like my real life, and there's not made up drama. It doesn't work that way.
That's interesting that she said that, because I'm going to take y'all back in time, way back. So Chantal, long ago, she mentioned that she wanted her own reality show, but she would never go on a normal reality show because, in her words, they didn't pay enough. So what she did was make her own version on YouTube where she could be the director, the producer, make 100% of the money. She made her own reality show. She can control every aspect of it. So she's accusing everybody else of this is their soap opera. Well, you've been on YouTube for years. We've been watching and seeing what's going on. But then again, that's the way you wanted it. Because every single bit of content, whether it's a live or a video that you put out, you put out. You've controlled the content the entire time. But one thing you cannot control is how people feel about it. But you will purposely do things to keep people watching. But you're saying it's all us. It's our fault. No, 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 no. No. No, you designed things in a certain way to get a certain reaction, mostly negative. So you can't blame the public for how they feel. when you put things in play to make them feel a certain way.
You know, Ian's life, I would say I do a pretty good job at ignoring it, considering, you know, of course I could ignore it more. But considering, like, if you do the balance on the amount of people who talk about me versus me just addressing things once in a while, it's like, you know, yeah. But anyway, accountability for what? Living my life? What did I do to? Okay, I know I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, well, her main audience, you know, it's her chats are not fun because they've all left her." Well, if they've left, they were never real supporters in the first place because I did nothing to these people on a personal level, you know.
That's a lie too. So a lot of people that were beezers, that were around for a long time, they left because they just couldn't handle it anymore. They couldn't handle the level of toxicity. They couldn't handle the level of abuse that she was dishing out on a daily basis. See, those of you that are new beezers, y'all weren't around for all this. And Chantal has swept a lot of stuff under the rug. But if you care to, there are archive channels, there are reaction channels. They got all of her dirty, deleted videos and lives. Feel free to do your own research and look around for yourselves. Don't take my word for it. If you don't want to believe me, that's okay. Look around and find all that stuff that she's hiding from you because she's trying to rewrite the narrative and paint a different picture now. But when she was in her heyday and making lots of money, she was the nastiest, most toxic person. And yes, she abused her subscribers. She would get online and curse people out, call them out by name. If they said something she didn't like, she'd be all over them. She would make community posts and videos talking about her own subscribers. Getting online, getting angry, saying, "Who wants to be blocked?" And she would purposely block people just so they would sign up again and pay another membership. That was her way of scamming people out of more money. She always kept her subscribers on edge. They were afraid to say anything to her, even in the nicest way. Polite criticism, she couldn't take it. Who wants to be blocked? Telling people, "I don't care if you guys leave. I'll just get new beezers right behind you," pretty much putting out the vibe of none of you matter to me. Not acknowledging the people behind the names as people. Demeaning people, degrading people. That's how she rolled. And now that her numbers have dropped off, now that her channel is tanking, now suddenly she's being nice. She's being nice. Nice is not natural for Chantal. She's nice when she's in need. That's it. But again, don't take my word for it. Just wait. If everything implodes, she won't be nice. She won't. Trust and believe that.
I don't know. I did nothing. I live my life. I go live. I do videos, like whatever. You know, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm sorry if like some people who didn't deserve to be lashed out at on the Cuba rage, you know. But there were a lot of people trolling and trying to get me to rage.
Oh, that's another thing. Thank you for bringing that up, Foodie. So any bees are out there. If you don't want to spend hours watching her content, and I don't blame you if you don't, you want to get a real snapshot of who this woman is, all you got to do is do a search and look for Foodie Beauty Cuba Rage. A lot of channels have that archived. Go watch it. It'll be an eye-opener. You can get an idea of how she treated her subscribers then. And then ask yourself, is this picture, this person in front of me, the real one or the fake one? Or is this real one on her way back if things implode in Kuwait and Thailand? It is on its way back. It just ain't here yet. But the Cuba Rage, that is the real Foodie. That was the night the mask was off. She was all in her feelings and all in her arrogance, and she let it all hang out. Being mean to people, talking down to her subs. Yeah, go watch that. Don't come back to me and tell me, oh, she's a nice person. You won't think that way.
Age too, like, you know, and I was in a bad state of mind. I can't think of what else, you know, so I really don't think so. Yes, we miss Kuwait. I treated my life like a soap opera. Maybe at some point. That's not my life anymore, you know? That's not my life. It's okay, Ghostface. I'm alright. You know, so I mean, my life is, I need water. That drink was sweet. My book recs. I seem miserable. I'm just like not feeling well, Courtney. I'm not feeling well. Not just like physically right now, like a little sick. But I'll be okay. You need to get your.
Okay, I can't say this for certain. I'm not her doctor, not trying to diagnose her with anything, but I'm just going to take a wild guess. That's all this is a wild guess. So, Foodie is in Thailand and she's been indulging in the green. Here's my wild guess. I think she's fiending for something. Maybe she's fiending for the green and she can't have it right now. Maybe she doesn't have enough money. I don't know. But I'm just getting that vibe that she's fiending for something that she can't have. And so she's just on edge.
You want Monopoly Go? I love Monopoly. Hi, Brittany. I hope you have a good sleep. Yeah, I'm not down. Well, a little bit, I guess. I'm not in the best of, like, not feeling the best. That's what I eat. Ugh, yeah. Actually, it might be what I had today. When I think about it, it makes me feel sick.
Girl, if I ate takeout 3 or 4 times a day, yeah, I'd feel sick too. But that's your normal. Your abnormal is normal.
Nothing is specifically wrong, just venting, like feelings on things, you know? Nothing too bad. No, I didn't have a one-way ticket here. We have a return ticket. Salah's okay. He's just sleeping. Greasy hamburgers. I've been babbling. What the heck are you talking about? Thanks, Ava. I will. And we'll have that vlog out for you guys tomorrow. And I hope you enjoy. Stay on? I can't. I'm gonna die. I'm so like dizzy from the heat, and I just wanted to like undress and like lay in the AC like this on the bed.
You know, I'm going to take another wild guess. So I've been watching this whole live and the word that comes to mind is pensive. She's pensive about something or maybe a bunch of things. She's worried. Like something is really stressing her out. Could be YouTube, could be Salah, could be both. She could be worried about going back to Kuwait or she's got to go back to Canada and she's just holding it in. She's not wanting to let it out. Because again, she doesn't want to admit when she's wrong or something is about to go bust. Just pensive, very pensive.
I'm actually very thankful that Salah doesn't like encroach. Thank you, Teardrop. Oh my god. Pet feel. Did you research that word? I bet you did. You guys are so nosy. And I'm tired and I'm like just exhausted emotionally. Like
You know what? I'm tired of her saying she's tired. So this react is at 2 hours and 15 minutes anyway. So we'll just cut it off here. If you're tired, I'm tired of listening today, Foodie. So I got things to do. I got to prepare for my move. So go ahead and be tired. I'm tired too. I'm tired of you. I'm going to go, y'all. I hope you guys have enjoyed this react. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. And thank you so much for being here and sharing this with me. So everyone take care and have a good one. Bye now.